evening, everybody, and welcome along to PSGL Season 27 on the Xbox platform. This is round number 8, and we head to the Marina Bay Circuit, the longest tracks on the calendar. It is the Singapore Grand Prix. My name is Jess, and joining me, as per usual, just like last week, we have Ben. How you doing?
I'm doing splendid, Jess. How are you?
I am doing great. We had a superb race last week for those of you that missed out around the Russian Grand Prix circuit, where we saw the Red Bull driver of Smasher take his first ever win in PSGL, and he was recently signed earlier on today by Comrade Gaming as well, so they really picked up talent when they see one there as well, and he was delighted after his win last week when he was battling across the line with Cabe Sam, who also took his second podium of the season, and it's just nice to see different people actually go onto the top step at PSGL, and I wonder, will we be seeing more drivers in this tier take the top step?
Well, I think that is the current question at the moment, is whether it's who can really step up and start putting good results. Obviously, a great result from Smash with a good battle with Sam, and we'll have to see how things go today.
Yes, and Tebow actually finished third last week. Our championship leader, CRG Lut, finished fourth last week, and unfortunately he was involved in a formation lap incident where he collided with Cleanser, where his tyres were cold. He dropped down to near to the middle of the field, and then he went back again, so it's nice to see a good comeback he is, but you do expect that from Lut. Then we got Dominic 5th, we had Sparks in 6th, Jakey B in 7th, Placky in 8th, Jam Pancakes in 9th, who has recently moved to a full-time seat in, I need to actually check what car he's in. I believe he's in the Haas car of Joker. Yes, he is. I did get that right. Joining Jakey B, which is going to be a strong team. And then we have one of the reserves, Nico, who finished 10th last week. So what does that do to the standings? CRG Lut is still leading the championship by quite considerable margin over his teammate, LVA Brown, in second. Brown did not score points last week, so we did comment on him having a very horrible race last week, but maybe Singapore could be one of those technical tracks where he is strongest. We'll have to wait and see. Smasher, after his win, moves up to third with his teammate Octes in fourth. Lefted, unfortunately, has dropped out, but he remains in fifth position. We'll go through who is his replacement later on. Jakey B in 6th, Tebow 7th, Felipe 8th, Sparks in 9th, then we got Brody in 10th, then we got Sam, Dominic, Placky, Jam Pancakes in 14th, and Nico in 15th. Constructors Championship, Mercedes are leading, 116 points over Red Bull on 77, Haas with 50 points, Alfa Romeo in 4th on 45, AlphaTauri in 5th with 42, Ferrari in 6th with 36, 7th is Williams with 32, joint with McLaren on the same points, and we have Racing Point in 9th on 18 points, and Renault yet to score on with 8 points. So we are about to get started with the race, which is great to see. And 19 drivers here tonight, so one driver could not make it. Unfortunately, I believe it's one of the Ferrari drivers of Nico who can't make it tonight, which is a bit of a shame, but hopefully he will return next week when we head to the United States Grand Prix. Singapore, a track where some people like it, some people hate it. You got to have a little bit of attrition around this circuit, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, let's be real here. The expectation is that there isn't going to be that many people finishing. This is a track where it's seen upwards of 9 or 10 drivers retire from a race to literally only 2. So I think the expectation is a high amount of attrition. However, the realistic, these are some of the best guys on the Xbox platform. If they're having an off day, sure, they might smash into the barrier, but who knows? I think if I'm going to make a prediction, I'm going to say 5 drivers are going to retire.
That is a quite good prediction, actually. I'm going to go less than that. I'm going to say 3, mainly because, like I said, they've had a lot of practice around this track. I think most of these drivers, some of these drivers will probably only practice for these technical tracks, but for some of these guys, they want to get into F1 esports. Some of these guys practice like for 8 hours a day, or even more than that, just to get good at this game. So, you know, they want to get better. They want to improve their craft. They want to, find as many faults as possible so they could be the best driver that they can be as well. There's a lot of people already out on their laps, which strongly suggests that they want to get out as quickly as possible on their laps, and they're on the soft tyres, and I have to say, soft tyres, they want to get off them pretty quickly when they start the race.
Yeah, I'm not too clear up on the strategy. In fact, I'm yet to actually commentate Singapore on this game. So, for me, I've not really got an idea. I think it's just going to be a straight up soft to hard. I'm not really too certain. However, we'll have to see.
Yeah, and we're trying to find someone who's about to go on a lap. Let's go on board with Placky. Yeah, we go. Placky's in the AlphaTauri. Now, you're going to be approaching turn 1, turn 2 and 3 is effectively a left, right, left complex, which is very tricky to get right. And then you're going to be approaching turn 4 and 5 into the DRS straight here. Oh, Sparks has parked his car in a very, very weird place there. That may have hindered Placky's lap, but you're just past the memorial section and you're going to be heading into the very tricky memorial corner. And now we are heading towards a little bit of a section where we could see a little bit of issues tonight in terms of glitchy walls, which hopefully do not happen. It has happened on the last game, but hopefully it won't happen on this game. And now you're going to be heading into the famous bridge section, which I find pretty cool in this game, to be honest. Heading into second, maybe first, as well as a very tight hairpin coming up. There's not many DRS straights here. This is one of them, which you're approaching now. It's one of the many overtaking opportunities as you're passing towards the end of Sector 2. And this is one of the famous complexes where we saw Nelson Piquet crash deliberately, which helped his teammate Fernando Alonso take the famous win there as well. And this is another corner where people get wrong as well as they head towards the final few corners. Now you're going to be actually, I don't think he's on a lap because he's on ERS mode 0, so I'm guessing it's a little bit of a banker lap for him right now. And he comes across the line, P2 134.6. Lutt is in first with a 133.937, and I hope we get someone that does that 2018 Lewis Hamilton style lap. If I predict that Lutt's probably going to be the person that does that, because A is in Mercedes and B is the championship leader, and he's the one that's probably practiced the most out of this track.
Well, I was watching Lutt, and you say about that time, well, one thing Lewis definitely didn't do was brake before the line. Lutt jammed on the brakes out of the final corner. His last sector was not representative at all. I was watching the entirety of his lap, and it looked really, really smooth. In fact, his middle sector looked really, really strong. But then he braked before the line to not set his lap. Now, tactics are a big thing around this track, and so is tyre wear. If he's planning to start on the mediums, fair enough, he'll be able to run longer. His teammate Brown's just on a lap now in the middle sector. He's coming through now into turn 9. Nearly crashes the outside wall, gets a good exit, though. That's the little bus stop there. Sorry?
He invalidated. He's the red.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I don't know where he invalidated because I was riding on board with him, and his map was red, so probably Sector 1 was probably where he binned it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a bit of a shame now. I think he needs to have a very good recovery from last week, I have to say. Not scoring any points is not like him. He's usually Mr. Consistent, like I've seen in many other leagues before, but I know you'll bounce back as well. But we've got a replacement for Lefty for the rest of the season. Matthew Rees, who has been a reserve for quite a while now, he has stepped up to the full-time seat, replacing him for the rest of the season, which is great to see, and welcoming him to the league full-time. And this is where he's actually going to be scoring points for his team now. It's the last few races he was, and that's not how you take the first part of Sector 3 by sliding like that, but he was mainly concentrating on himself in the last few races. This is now where you've got to focus also about the constructors too, because he has Sparks alongside him as well. Alfa Romeo really need to score some points here today as well to probably help then go up into the top 3 of the standings, because Haas is not that far ahead of them, but we'll see. He's not in a high-profile team, so maybe Alfa Romeo is a good team to start off, of course, but they're on equal machinery. Let's see what Matthew Rees can do.
I'm going to put air quotes around the term equal machinery. These cars don't handle equally. The Alfa Romeo, in my opinion, is genuinely the best handling car in the game. Oxes with a 0.9 of the first sector goes purple, according to the screen. I really doubt that, as he puts a big lock-up into as well. Into turn 8, now turn 9, turns in pretty well, mounts the curb a little bit there, gets a big snap of oversteer there. Does Oxes, into turn 10 now, swings it in, fourth gear, doesn't quite clobber the other curb as he wants to. 11 through 12.
Oh.
Big snap of oversteer over the Anderson Bridge. Through into the place made famous by Massa, overtaking Bruno Senna. Decent exit, DRS wide open now for Oxtez. He's going to do a 1 minute 2.5 in the middle. He's about a second down, actually. Oh, Lord! He charges into the hairpin there. Nearly clobbers the outside wall. Kimi Räikkönen overtook Jensen Button ran the outside of there once 2013. Little chicane, PK corner, as is now common in loan, and he's invalidated.
Yeah, I think we're going to see quite a few drivers invalidate more than last week, I have to say, which is a bit shocking. Only 6 drivers have set a lap time with 9 minutes to go in the session, which means that I think a lot of these drivers are pushing too much. They want to really set the fast lap times early on, but they don't have enough soft tyres to go around. You wouldn't be going on the softer option in the tyre selection. There's no way you would go for that, because obviously the softs, they don't last long at all. Balance maybe not as well, because you want as many, I think, many mediums as possible in the race. I think you only get a few mediums to use in the weekend with the balance. So maybe the harder is the best way to go. And even then, the harder as well, I believe you get 3 sets of softs and 1 set of medium for the qualifying session. So if they want to get their soft runs in, they've got to do it as quickly as they can. And they only have, if they want to qualify on the mediums, they only have 1 medium run to do it. That's probably why Lutt was going slowly, heading towards the final corner, because probably he knows he can go faster on the medium compounded tyres. But we shall see. I won't be surprised if we will see a mixture of strategy for people outside the top 10 of whether they choose mediums or hards, but they won't choose a soft outside the top 10. I can reassure you that.
Apologies if something just played through on my side. I was trying to sort something out on my phone, and my phone started making noises.
I did not hear
so
that.
Apologies. Thank God for that. I was trying to get through on my phone, and my phone's like, here's an advert. And it's like, oh, okay. It played through my headphones very loud. Rosley's on intermediates.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes.
This is the face of somebody who's not surprised.
To be honest, I know this driver. I've commentated on pretty much almost every league. Well, I think I mainly commentated AOR. And he's the one that likes doing that. Now, I understand if it's... Everyone, like, we've seen this in the PC League earlier on today in around Hungary, if you're watching. Quite a few people went on the intermediate tyres then. But they had 3 qualifying sessions, so it was understandable why they have to do that. But I kind of understand why Rosie wants to go on the intermediates. Mainly because, obviously, I guess he does not want to start on the soft. He wants to qualify outside the top 10, so he has 3 choice of tyres. But he is struggling at the moment, I can tell you that. But at least he's going to try to get a lap time on the board. Yeah, really is struggling quite a lot. But yeah, Rosie is actually filling in for one of the reserves today. And I'm actually need to try and find out who it is. It is, Jacoby's in a Ferrari. So
yes.
it is Nico, yeah. He's filling in for Nico tonight. I wonder if the switch to Ferrari for Jakey is permanent, or is he meant to do that? I don't know, but yeah, that Flying Rosie is one of the reserves. I think he's one of the only reserves filling in tonight, as he'll have to go in if he wants to get a better lap time as well. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people who are wanting to go and set their next lap on the medium tyre. So that's definitely explaining why the soft is definitely not the viable option right now, as Jakey B is going towards the final corner now, and he's invalidated. Yet again, that proves our curse. And Matthew Reese is in the wall. I just followed him, so yeah, I should just not follow people, I think, and I won't get jinxed right now. As yeah, everyone's going to probably dive it into the pits right now to get their final sets of laps in right now. I wonder if we'll see the 132s if they want to go on the soft. Probably the ones that want to go for the glory laps, like the Carlos Sainz, Lance Stroll type of thing. But if you want to go on the mediums, probably they wouldn't want to go onto the 132s. Have you seen someone going the 132s on the mediums around here?
If somebody gets a 32 on the mediums, that's a sodding miracle. I'm sorry, it just is.
Yeah.
I mean, my PB round here, basically I set 20 minutes ago, is a 33.4. But like, and that was on softs. So just judging by that, I'll be amazed if anybody gets a 32 on mediums. we've got some decent sectors coming in. Oxhead is actually on a very decent lap right now in the Red Bull. Last time I commentated over him, he invalidated his lap, so please don't do it again, mate. Locks up a little bit, doesn't quite turn in as well as he did previously. Decent chicane though. By this point on your lap, your rear tyres are probably over here to absolute Narnia, so it's probably a good thing that some of these drivers are on different laps. Fourth gear now for the little dodgy chicane. Into the final couple of corners. It's been an okay lap for Oxhead. I don't think he's going to go fastest, but I think he's going to go up into P2 probably. Yes,
P2. He
P2.
slowed across the line as well, just like Lutt did, but not as slow as Lutt. But
Lot is actually on a lap right now.
Wow, Sam is on pole, so 1:33.1. And the apologies, the lap times are not appearing well on my screen at the bottom, so I have to look at the left timing tower a little bit as well. Let's just watch Placky actually, no, let's not watch Placky, he's invalidated as well. Who's on
Lot is up at the moment. Lot's on the softs, and but he's up on his PB, which at the moment would be enough for pole anyway, and he's going to come into the pit lane, because he's in... Yeah. I'm angry. I'm just disappointed.
Don't be surprised if Lot fits the yellow stripe mediums now. I'm
definitely.
I'm calling that now. I mean, they've driven. I think quite a lot of these guys have done full racing handers and have got past Singapore already, and they probably know what to do. And they realise the softs they just don't want to. I'm actually can tell you right now how long the soft compounded tyres actually last. Not very long at all. China lasts 7 laps, so China, it lasts more than China, but not much of a difference. 9 laps on the softs, but they can overheat quite quickly. And especially when you're in dirty air and battling throughout pretty much most of the first couple of laps, you're going to be in trouble if you do not make the move. And almost everybody except Sam and Oxted are on the mediums right now. Fly and Rosie will probably go on the mediums too, if he's lucky. I
don't think he's actually in the lobby right now. I saw him leave.
He did join as I was speaking, I believe. So hopefully.
Right.
But knowing him, he'll probably go on the intermediates again. But we'll have to find out. But yeah,
memes.
I think people will need to get, I would say, some consistent results if they want to catch up to Lot in this in the Drivers' Championship, because the gap is quite big. Because obviously, a point for a win. It's not 25 points, it's 16 points. I'm trying to do the maths here, and it's around about 30-something points between Lutt and his nearest rival, Brown. And we don't have long to go until the end of the season. After this, we'll have, I'm just trying to think, 4 rounds to go. So, Brown needs to start getting wins, Smasher needs to start getting wins. Pretty much everyone that's won this season needs to be starting getting more wins, because Lutt, I think he's been the only driver that scored 2 or more wins in this championship and is looking to be on a high at the moment. And he's good at scoring consistently when he's from 3rd on the grid onwards, but he's probably not going to get pole purely because Octez and Sam are probably not going on the soft, not going on the mediums. They want to go on the soft, which is a bit of a gamble if you ask me, but there we go. But I'm gonna say Octet for pole today. I think he's gonna do a lap. I think. There's a tap from Dominic and Rosie. That is not what you want to do, Rosie, my friend. Dominic's got a bit. Has he got a bit of damage there? I'm just sick. He got away with that slightly, but I wonder if Rosie's got some damage there. I'm not sure, but. Yeah, he's got.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it, but yeah, or it might just be a bit of desync because they didn't get damaged. But Casito can't set a lap, so he's retired from the session. So we have 3 choices.
He's in the wall.
He's in the wall. Where was that? That was towards. That was just past.
It's turn 6. He's gone in the wall.
Turn 6.
Just watched Luck go by him.
It's a hard track,
we've just had.
Okay.
I may as well not have my glasses on. I can barely see. Smash around in the final couple of corners now. Goes very wide at the final corner. Invalidates his lap. Runs wide, and I think that might be his session over. The last week's race winner. I doubt he's going to improve from there. It was this and next lap invalidation as well. So, well, thank you. There goes this session.
Yeah, I think that, to be honest, he's going to hope that Smasher is going to hope that people qualify ahead of him, basically, in this race. But otherwise, he'll have to, actually no, he'll have free choice of tyres anyway, because he hasn't set a valid lap. So for him, it does not matter. He'll get free choice of tyres anyway. Sparks is probably in a dangerous position. He wants to qualify at least 5th or higher in order to benefit from it. Because if he qualifies 6, 7, 8, 9 on 10th, he's going to be in a danger zone with people that are on this. But he's going to be on the mediums anyway, so that's not going to be too much of an issue. So we're going to see then who's about to cross the line. We've got Octet, who has invalidated. I'm not sure if he's going to make it in time. There's a little bit of a queue as well.
We've got Luck coming around the final couple of corners now. Perondi goes up into P3. Felipe had already said it's time. Luck goes over the line up to P2. 33.281.
That's a good lap
for him.
That is a good lap.
Yep.
And I'm going to see who else. We've got...
Jam Pancakes has gone 5th.
Jam Pancakes, and he's had time for one more lap, but he decided not to go for it. And we do have, I believe it's an Alfa Romeo about to cross the line. That's Sparks. What can he do? 4th place, a really good lap from him. Next, we've got one of the Williams drivers of Felipe, I believe. Nope, he's not Felipe. He's slowing down. So it's one of the Red Bull drivers of Smasher, but he's probably slowing down anyway.
Yeah.
As well. And he
the next person round is going to be Abdullah. Currently 18th fast at the moment. The McLaren's not a good few races over the line. It's going to be a 34.7 for P12. So we've got Jake. I'm just trying to see who's actually on laps.
Jake is on. Is he on a lap? He might.
Jake and Got to Go Fast. I think it's just these two.
Yeah, I think it's just these two, and I think ideally Jake.
Oh, Brown. Brown's up as well. Brown's up a lot.
Let's look at Brown.
Brown is matching his teammate.
Brown heading towards this tricky final bit of this sector, which I mean it's hard to get right at the best of times, and a lot of people could invalidate it. Let's hope Brown does not. It's looking very tidy indeed. Could he be the one that maybe overtakes his teammate in qualifying? Let's see. Oh, he's 3rd place, just behind his teammate. So let's watch Jakey B then. The only one on the lap. Could he get pole? I didn't see what he was in sector 2. Nope, he doesn't. A 34.9 for the Ferrari driver. So that is it for qualifying. Unless Luck could do any better. He's probably so down. He's going into the pits anyway. And Peroni's going slow and he's in yeah, Sam is on pole position. The only driver inside the top 10 that's qualified on the soft. No, it's Octex is also qualified on the soft inside the top 10. Everybody else is on the mediums.
I think Oxtez wanted to... I think he wanted to be knocked out of the top 10, to be honest. On those soft tyres. I think he expected more people to be able to improve. And be able to go all the way through. But a decent... What surprised me about Jake was he was actually enough to be able to get into the top 10 positions, but he actually slowed down in the end and didn't perform.
Yeah, I think quite a lot of people slowed down on the final corner just because they don't want to start on those dreaded soft tyres. So
no, he was on the mediums. That was his quality lap.
Oh, so he must have... I don't know, he may have just lost... I don't know, I didn't see his lap, so it was hard to tell. But anyway, let's look at your results then. Sam is on pole, his first pole of the season. Light in second, and we got Brown, Felipe, Sparks, Peroni, Jam Pancakes, Octed, Got to Go Fast. I think it's his first top 10 qualifying of the season, actually, which is good for him. And Matthew Reese, his first race as a full-time in 10th. Then we got Dominic, Placky, Dave Rombus, Big Abdullah, Jakey B, Clenzo, last week's pole sitter in 16th. And we got Flying Rosie, Smasher, and Cressito not setting representative lap times, if not any lap time, because Flying Rosie's was a 150. A really fast lap time, ladies and gentlemen. Joking. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see what the... Oh, as I've just... for some reason, my Xbox has decided to die. My game decided to go onto the... for some reason, I think my controller rested on something.
Oh,
so.
I don't think you're alone. Both you and Sparks have dropped out.
Ah, right. So I'm going to just switch sessions a minute. Hopefully I've got a spare invite, which I should do, because I was asking...
I should be able to invite you. Hang on.
Yeah, just give me... Apologies about this, guys, but don't worry, it's not the race yet, so we're not at a huge disadvantage. So, strategy-wise, I'll go through the strategy, actually, because you will see it a little bit briefly on your screen. If people were to do the start on the softs, they will have to pick nice and early, 4 to 6 laps, and going on to the hard tyres during that time, which is a very long time to be on the hards. Hards only last about 28 laps, and on the mediums, if they want to start on the mediums, they can pit laps 11 to 15, and then they can go on to the hards then as well. But they will be on much fresher tyres compared to the likes of Oxted and Sam, so they'll probably be at a huge advantage compared to everybody else.
Did you get that?
And my game my Xbox decided to die again as I went. I need to get my Xbox fixed, I think, because every time it decides to go on to, every time it decides to go on something outside of the game, it decides to, you know what, Jeff, it dies.
Do I need to do radio commentary for a minute? Since I'm still in the lobby.
You might have to. You probably hopefully I could join in time for when the lobby starts, the race starts.
Yeah.
Props, but I can't promise anything. We will see. If you can chuck me another invite, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
So technical.
Because I have to type your game. Because I have to type your sodding game tag every time. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah, it's very, very annoying.
Pain. But what I can tell you for the ladies and gentlemen who are watching, since it's a bit of radio commentary time, outside the top 10, Dominic, Placky, Rhombus, Jakey B, Clenzo, Rossi, Smasher, and Crescito all have decided to go on the hard combat tyres. Big Abdullah is the only person outside the top 10 on the mediums. Obviously, Oxtez and Sam both on the soft combat tyres. Do you can see where those guys come into the pits? The two-stop is definitely not the viable option for them.
Nope.
But we'll see. Did that invite go through, or do you need another one?
It says joining session. If you can send me another one just in case.
Which will probably be necessary.
Because we will get through this as well. I think I'm gonna guess Lut's gonna potentially win this race. That's my strong prediction, and I am in, which is good.
Woo! You've actually got in at the right time. Just entered the last sector.
Okay, hopefully the lobby will able to load in time. Because if not, we're gonna look like.
Whoa!
There we go. I'm in. But yay!
Yeah, you just came back in time to see Lot nearly spin. So I'm glad that wasn't caught on camera, but I'm sorry, kid, and I caught that. So
and
screw you.
I'm glad we're able to actually commentate on the full race. And hopefully.
Whoa, Rossi! I knew somebody would. Rossi's dropped it.
Yeah. Nobody on the soft apart from Octez and Sam. They're going to pit earlier, and they're going to hope for a safety car, which is probably not going to happen due to the high caliber of these drivers. Sam has a lot of these guys have left it really early to go into the grid, and there's a lot of other people that are still on the final corner, so their tyres are going to be extremely cold. So we shall see what goes on as we head to the start of this race. And I have a thing, nope, it's Crescito that's taking a long time to grid up. And
yeah, it's not you.
I hope it's not me.
We're just waiting. I've got no lights, so I think we're just waiting for somebody to.
Yeah, we're just waiting for some. I think it's Sparks, because he's one who left also. And ideally, they have been told if they're a driver, they're not allowed to rejoin in the formation lap, because otherwise you get stuff like this happen. So Sparks,
boy.
if you're watching, leave the lobby, because I think it's you, because you were the one that left, I believe, as far as. Yep,
that's what I'm seeing in the lobby right now.
Yeah, so I'm sure Big C would message Sparks or something to leave, because I think you can rejoin. It's not like F1 2019 where if you leave during this part, you can't rejoin and take control. You can on this game, which is.
This is going to be the best part now. Is I've seen this before, where people just like.
Well, at least we got the strategy up.
Yeah. What I love to do at this point is I just go into cockpit camera and just stare at my tyre temperature as it slowly declines.
This camera is also going in circles as well. It's probably going to make people feel dizzy. And we're restarting.
My Xbox just crashed.
And we're restarting the lobby.
And my Xbox crashed.
Oh, great. So unfortunately, we got another.
I've been having a lot of technical difficulties today. This is just another one to add onto the list.
I think we've all had technical difficulties, unfortunately, so we're going to have to do this a second. And because Sparts did not leave, this is why we're going to restart. I think probably because they didn't. Honestly, they probably didn't know. They probably didn't know what has happened.
Read the general chat. They know.
Oh, do they know?
Yes, I've got the Discord chat open on my phone. They know.
Did they have the same as some? Oh, they just started. They actually started, but I can't see the spectator. I'm trying to lead the session, but it won't let me. So my Xbox
they are restarting. They are restarting.
Yeah. So I'm gonna probably do this a second.
My Xbox finally turned on.
And hopefully I could just rejoin as well. So we will. Whilst we do this, luckily I've come prepared because I've got some interesting facts about Singapore. The thing is,
oh boy.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I had to do this in another Singapore race league because my PC game decided to crash towards the end of the race, so I ended up having to talk about quite a few things actually. Failed to join the session. Lovely. That's not good. I'm
not laughing, I swear.
Yeah, I know what the laugh is, don't worry. There is approximately 1,600 custom-made floodlights which are spread around the 5.075 kilometre track. So that's why it's so bright. And the main reason why it's so bright is to minimise glare and surface reflection and to meet F1 TV's broadcasting standards. So that is also why Bahrain has so many floodlights. I would like to know how many floodlights there are in Bahrain. Probably not quite as much as Singapore.
Yes.
Probably about the same.
That's my answer. The total amount of floodlights in Bahrain is yes.
Yeah, probably about the same then. So yeah, that is interesting as well. Obviously, I need to find out the first winner was obviously Fernando Alonso in the Renault, and this was a track where we saw Sebastian Vettel get his last win in the Ferrari, which I don't know what to think about that because I kind of wish he would win again. But he probably will in the Aston Martin. Do you think Aston Martin will deliver for the legend himself, Sebastian Vettel, or will we?
Oh, now you're asking. Now you're getting political here. Look, I'm not one of those people who believe that Vettel is washed. I don't believe he's washed. Nor is he a fossil, just because he's got a bit of age on his side. Yeah. And that's my definite argument when it comes to Kimi. Kimi is not a fossil. He's a great driver and he's world champion. Screw you all. I'm not a Kimi fan, I swear. The fact of the matter is when it comes to Seb, Aston are projected to have the second fastest car next year behind Mercedes. Just because they're using they're going to have the same wristband as Mercedes on a car that is effectively going to be 2020's Mercedes, 2020 Mercedes without DAS. Let's be real here. Merc are going to go. Aston Martin are going to do very well. Do I think Seb will win it? Yes. Do I believe it will be on pace? No. I think Stroll's going to beat him in the championship. I can genuinely see it. I think this, in my personal opinion, this is going to be Stroll's breakout year.
I think so. I have to say, I think after last year, I think Stroll is like a lot better in terms of a driver, but he would have won in Turkey if he didn't get so unlucky with damage later on in Turkey. I think he would have won that. Or he would have had a nice battle with Lewis Hamilton. But I think Stroll would have been on the podium, close enough to that in that Turkey race. So he has, because the racing boy did win a race last year with Sergio Perez. Obviously, he was quite lucky, obviously, and Sakir, because his nearest rivals had much bad luck than him. Even though Perez had bad luck in that one, but he still went on to win. But yeah, I think if Stroll doesn't get on the podium more than one time this year, I will be surprised. I think Stroll will probably get a lot more podiums, but I have to say, and I can see Vettel winning in Singapore in this season if Singapore does go ahead due to COVID. But yeah, what was your thoughts? Will Vettel get some race wins this season? I think he will. We've heard Ben's views, and hopefully we can get an invite for Ben, because I can't invite. So, I think...
Yeah, that's what I'm currently sat doing here. I'm just waiting for an invite. I'm tempted to just go into TT again, just chill for a bit.
Yeah, that's what I think. I've seen quite a lot of PSGL broadcasts that either, if they don't have OBS like I do, they show the showroom, which is quite funny, which is quite good. Or they do
I do it all the time.
Or, if you're... there's one commentator that you probably know about. You probably do a time trial at that, or just show a nice livery or something you've done, or something like that.
When on 2019, I used to go into time trial, and I'd usually go to time trial at the next track, and it was just when I used to do this during the time when I was learning no assists. So people used to take the mick out of me in chat because I couldn't drive very well. And then it got to the point where I stopped doing it on 2020 because I realised I had actually decent pace. So it was like, that's not very good. As I have finally arrived. I'm here to annoy you all with my annoying voice.
I think we're just waiting for two more drivers. Because you just put a spectator. Dave Wombus is in. And the race where it has technical difficulties had to be one of the longest races on the calendar in Singapore.
Yeah.
So we are going to be gone, I think it's going to be probably an hour. So we're not going to be finished till like 20 to 10. So
yeah, that's nothing major. We're on a call to 12 o'clock last Thursday, so it's fine.
Yeah. 11. Was it 11 or 12? I can't remember. But
no, it was 12. It was 12:30.
Was it? Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, we were going a bit off topic here, but yeah, we were in the call until like that long, just talking about random stuff. It was great. Anyway,
yeah.
We'll go through, I think, as well, the calendar for the remaining seasons. We got Singapore obviously this week. Then we got United States next week on the 9th, the 11th. Mexico on the 18th. Abu Dhabi on the 25th. And Japan on the 4th. So we don't have long to go. It's gonna go by in a flash, I have to say. So who are we waiting for in terms of drivers? I know we're missing. JKB's actually gone in the right car this time. He's not in the Ferrari, he's in the Haas now, so that's good.
I'll just be right back.
I'll let you do that. Who are we waiting for? So, I'm just trying to think. It might be, I think it is one of the Haas's. It might be Jam Pancakes we're waiting for, I believe. Let me have a look. Yeah, we are waiting for Jam Pancakes to join the lobby. So just give us a moment whilst we do that as well. And the 2017 Singapore Grand Prix was the first and only night race to be held in wet conditions. Now, the rules state, I believe they have to do the same conditions they did when it was set in the first lobby. So for you and I, the good news is, it's according to what I see in the lobby settings, it's dry. So no rain is going to affect us. So yes, obviously there will still be a safety car in our midst as well. That will probably, almost certainly, likely to happen. So as soon as we get Jam Pancakes in the lobby, we can get started again. And 2017 was probably one of the most chaotic starts of a Grand Prix. And I hope that we do not get something similar here in Singapore with these cars. Obviously, they are the top tier drivers, so you probably could expect probably a little bit more cleaner racing. And I am trying to blabble on here. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm on my own for a little bit whilst Ben's BRB, and we're waiting for one more driver. So, you know, I'm trying to end up talking about quite a few things. So, I've got a few things to point out, actually, that some of these guys are in the Challenger Series that could do pretty well. And pretty much half of these drivers on the fit grid are Challenger Series drivers. We've got Sam, we've got Octes, we've got Brown as well, we've got CRG Lut too, we've got, I think that's it out of the drivers in the lobby at the moment. And obviously, they'd probably be practicing mostly for that. So I wonder how much time they will be doing each week to practice for the PSGL tracks and all the other race leagues in Xbox. Which ones will they take priority in? I would completely understand if they want to take priority for the Challenger Series, but obviously that will get into F1 esports. We've seen many Xbox drivers come through the ranks in the past, like Brendan Lee, for example. Brendan Lee was in Xbox many moons ago, and then he moved to PC. He's a 2-time F1 esports champion. He's now in Ferrari this season for the Pro Series. And I expect him to do well. He's done well on obviously the virtual Grand Prix, and I think we've got everybody. So as far as I'm aware, we could get started. Hopefully Ben can join us very soon. And I believe as well, everybody inside the top 10 will have to start on the tyres that they set their fastest lap on, which, apart from Octes and Sam, they're on the mediums. Octes and Sam, McCabe Sam, they have to start on the softs. So I will have to get my screen up. So if you just give me a minute, I almost clicked on end stream. You don't want to do that, Jess. So if I go onto the stream chat itself. This has actually been going on for like 10 minutes, having lobby issues. So yes, Octes on the mediums. So is Octes on the softs. So is Sam. Everybody else on the mediums. People outside the top 10, they can start on whatever tire they want. That is the rules. And it is going to be a formation lap according to the rules as well. And hopefully no one leaves, because if anyone leaves the session, they're going to be in huge trouble. So, as we're just waiting for all the drivers. I think they also have to get their setups on as well. Because they'll be, obviously they have to pick a strategy, pick a setup. I wonder if they will forget to get a setup. That's the most, that is probably the crucial bit, but yeah. And I didn't want to know that, Daegu. I did not want to know that. Obviously, I'm not going to say that on stream. As hopefully we could get going again. And here we are. We're not in the formation lap yet. As this is a time where they get to choose their setup. And I'm just seeing also that the Mercedes garage, they're just having their crew just sat there. They're not even looking at screens or anything. Like, how are they going to jeff their drivers if they're not good? And, like, you know, interesting. So, yeah, they just sat, you can see them say they're expecting their drivers to do well by the sound of things, by the way this is going. So, and hopefully this will go better as the timer is now counting. I will change scenes when we head to the formation lap. And let us know your opinions in chat. Who you think is going to get pole position.
Oh.
And luckily nothing much has happened since you've gone, so it's all good. We haven't even been in the formation lap. So hopefully we can get started again in 3. Come on, game. Do not die on us, please.
Woo! We're in.
We're in, finally, after 10 minutes. I think it's 10, 15 minutes it's been. And we're back. So, has everyone followed the rules inside the top 10? Yes, they have. They're all on the tyres that they qualified on, so no disqualification. Woo! So that's good.
Yeah, and nobody has changed their mind outside of the top 10.
I had a feeling about that. But the advantage that these drivers are going to have as well, they're not going to have tyres that they're using qualifying. They're going to be on spanking new tyres, especially the ones on the soft.
Yeah.
So the strategy 4 to 6 laps, make it 5 to 7 or 4 to 7 laps. It makes the soft last just a little bit longer, or they can push for a little bit longer. That's one good thing coming into this.
Realistically, they'll get an extra corner, maybe.
Yeah.
Corner or two.
Which
before they go
make
pop.
a difference, I have to say.
No. I'm going to be a Twix bar.
Might as well. Whilst they were waiting for this to go,
well, it's a 2-minute formation lap. I can down a Twix bar in 20 seconds. It's fine.
Yeah, it's one of the longest formation laps ever. Apart from Belgium. I would say Belgium's quite long, but Belgium is a 1 minute 41, 1 minute 40 lap in qualifying, but it's quite long.
Jacob B spun.
Yes, Jakey B has spun in.
Rosie spun.
I'm not surprised about Rosie, to be honest, or Rosie, however you say his name. I think the hards are just so cold because they're not using the ones using qualifying. So the ones on the hards, they're going to be in dangerous territory at the moment. But let's go through your running order because probably you guys have forgotten since we've been in the slideshow for like 10 minutes. So Sam's on pole from Lutz, Brown, Felipe, Sparks, Peroni, Jam Pancakes, Octez, Got to Go Fast, and Matthew Reese. Outside the top 10 are Dominic, who's recently moved to Team Shazoo, which is another new. Oh, it's Jam Pancakes has spun and he reset the track. That's not good. Anyway, 12th is Placky, and we got Dave Bombers, Big Abdullah, Jakey B, Clenzo, Flying Rosie, Smasher, and Cosito. Smasher and Jakey, two of the big names to not qualify inside the top 10. Could this be a last two, well, nearly the back of the grid 2 challenge? Or will they find it tricky on the hards? We'll have to find out as all the drivers are about to make it onto the grid.
They're not.
Chris, where is it? Who are we waiting for then?
Skull to Jake.
Oh, God. What has he done?
He has managed to break the AI.
Are we going to...
It's now reset.
Does that mean we're going to have another lovely restart?
Jakey B has managed to...
Oh, goodness sake.
CRG's finest, ladies and gentlemen, has broken.
Can he just go on to Race Director or something and then it just resets?
Well, he tried to reset the track, but the problem is the game takes over your AI before you get to the pit lane. So obviously you can't drive into the pit lane. It's done that with Jake, and he spun it as it's entered.
I think that's
the AI.
I think that's the first time I experienced that glitch.
I've never seen. Oh, I've just gone to Smasher. I have just gone to Smasher, and I looked at his dash. He's got minus 273 degree tyres.
Their tyres are going to be... Oh! What's happened?
I've got black screen.
So have I.
Oh, boy.
Oh. We were hoping nothing goes wrong today, and I think we talked about... Oh, are we going? Oh, we are
Yes,
going.
we're going. We're green.
Okay. It's lights out and away we go, and it's a good start from Lot, actually, as they made towards the lead. Right, lead heading in towards turn 3. Good start from Sam as well on those soft tyres.
Hang on, it's reset them all tyres. It's reset everybody's tyres.
They need to restart. They need to restart, surely.
Everybody's back. Oh, well, there's a combination of soft and medium tyres. I'm not sure this is a visual glitch or what, but everybody's on the soft and medium tyres.
I'm going to have to find out from Big C, because I know Big C's probably jeffing someone. Or if anyone's jeffing someone, can you ask your driver, are they on the tyres that they're meant to be?
Yeah.
Because...
visually, for us, is it the same for you as well?
Yes, it's saying the only people that are on the... Basically, they're on the opposite side that they're not on at the moment. So
yeah, pretty much.
Basically, if they qualified on the mediums, they're on the softs. If they qualified on the softs, they're on the mediums. And if they qualified on the hards, they're on a mixture of the 3. 2, sorry. The soft or the mediums. So, yes, if someone can find out for me, that would be great.
Well, this is interesting.
This is a weird start to the session, I have to say. But I think we're going to... hopefully no one has realised.
Well, we're going at least. I think that the crucial part is we're going, and Sam's nearly broke DRS already.
Yeah. I think hopefully we'll find out. And it's good news if you like the Sam, who was on the memes anyway. But I don't know. I really don't know.
According to this, DRS is enabled.
Okay, so that's another.
And we're on lap 2.
Well, it's saying lap 3 on my screen, but
no, this is definitely lap 2.
Oh yeah, it is definitely lap 2. Yeah. So according to Lefted, the drivers are seeing the right tyres. It's just us.
Right, so it's an issue with us and not the drivers.
No. Otherwise, all the drivers would have left the session. Because obviously you're not allowed to do that. They wouldn't have carried on if it wasn't just enough problem, if it was a driver problem. So we are going to have a very tough time. We're going to have a very tough time finding what tyres that. Because I don't know if they're on the mediums or the hards or the soft sweet.
We don't know, basically.
Yeah,
so
it may be an issue with the lobby. I'm gonna report it to Cody's because I don't think this glitch has ever happened.
Don't report things to Cody's. Just shout at them on Twitter. Everybody knows that's the right option.
No, I don't do that.
Nah, it's free likes, isn't it?
Anyway, so Sam still leads by it's definitely on us. Because otherwise, why would Sam be a second behind clear of Clut? So, all I know is...
Did you say something else there?
Oh, I said a second clear of Clut.
Okay, good. The way your words munded, it sounded like you said something. I'll tell you after. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
The only person that's on the right tyres inside the top 10 is Oxtez. He's on the soft.
Perondi as well.
On the soft. And Peroni.
Yeah, Perondi definitely started inside the top 10 and definitely is on the medium tyres, so...
No, Peroni's on the wrong tyres for me. He's on the softs.
He's on the mediums for me.
Oh my goodness.
Are our screens different as well? Oh my lord.
Well, look at this. Check out the stream, Ben, and find out...
I can't at the moment.
Right, let's concentrate on the battles because this is really hard to commentate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. We apologise to you all watching, but this isn't our fault. Everything else is broken. And I just received a message from Leopard saying, what manner of thing am I witnessing? Thank you very much, Leopard, for watching.
It's not our fault, it's the game's fault at the moment. But
yes.
We're not good, and to tell you the truth, if they pit at lap 4 or 5, then they were on the soft. If they pit lap 11, then they're on the mediums. If they pit later than that, they're on the hards. They were on the hards to start.
So, from memory, so people watching, Sam and Oxtez are definitely on the soft combat tyres. That is what they started on. Lots Brown, Sparks, Felipe, Pancakes. Let me get the position change up. Pancakes, Perondi, Got to Go Fast, and Matthew Reese were all on the medium combat tyres. Everybody else, aside from who was it, gone on mediums?
Right, let me.
There was somebody outside the top 10 who'd gone on the medium tyres as well.
I don't know.
Yeah, there was definitely somebody else outside the top 10 who'd gone onto the medium tyres anyway. Basically, if there weren't Sam and Oxted and Clive Van inside the top 10, they were on the medium tyres. Everybody else, apart from somebody else outside the top 10, I can't remember the top of my head, won the hards. As Perondi picks up your first time penalty of the day here on what should be lap 3, I think.
It's hard to tell what lap we're on at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine says lap 4 on this game.
Let me check Delta. This is it says lap 4 for me as well, but I'm not percent. Yeah, this is definitely lap 4.
Yeah, good. That's good. That's
definitely
good
lap 4.
That's good news. Right. So now we've got that out of the way, and we explained when these guys
2 seconds.
pitting and when the guys what tyres they're on, then hopefully this will give you an idea. So if you get confused, that's why. So Dominic has retired from the session. Right. Have we got a VSC or a safety car? We've got a safety car, and the game is not telling me what. The game's not telling me the yellow flags, which is not good. I had to look at the boards. Oh my goodness. Apologies if our comms is not up to scratch because I can't really. It's just hard at the moment. So, Sam's going to go on the hards. Use his chance for a free pit stop.
What is this?
Going in. We got safety car.
I see.
Safety car.
I just come back. I was up board Perondi and just simply diving into the pit lane. I'm like, confusion?
Yeah, they're all going on the safety car. Hopefully then the tyres will reset itself. Hopefully.
Well, we hope so.
Apart from Brown, JKB, Smasher and Cleanser, everybody, I think, is on the right tyre. Lefty can confirm that everybody that pitted...
Rozzie's took out Sparks!
That is...
So Rozzie sent it in to turn 3. I think he turned... Sparks was coming out the pit lane. They made contact. Sparks goes round and Rozzie goes through unharmed.
I think that's going to be another thing if Chris is watching to add to the compilation of raging, I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't watch that, I'm not going to say anything more because obviously we need to be impartial in this league. So,
well, I already know. Well, you told me about something else in that video.
Yeah. We told something else in that video, which we're not going to mention.
Yeah.
And we're not going to plug it either, because it's PSGL, and we don't plug other people because we're not allowed. Anyway, Brown is going to be leading on the safety car. Brown, I believe Brown, JKB, Smasher, and Cleanser on the hards.
Ooh.
I believe. I know Smasher and J-Car.
Brown qualified 3rd, didn't he? So he's actually on the mediums.
It's Brown. Wait. Or is Brown on the mediums? Let me check.
Yeah.
I'm going to refresh the stream.
Yeah. Well, Brown qualified 3rd. He definitely should be on the medium combat tyres right now.
Right, Brown. Yeah.
And then you got Jake.
Brown's on the. I've got it on my right hand screen. So Brown is on the mediums. Jakey B is on the hards. Smasher is on the hards. Cleanso's on the hards. So the only one in the top 4 not on the hards is Brown in first.
Yeah.
And Big Abdullah is on the mediums, which he should have been. So that's another driver that's got correct tyres. It's weird because it shows correct tyres for some people and not for others. But yeah, I have to say, if I was on the hards, I would be struggling right now to keep these tyres up to temperature.
I mean, you can just weave from side to side and shout a lot. That tends to be the easiest way of going about it. What he's doing, Felipe doing is right now just sitting AI, which I'm not sure is the best strategy.
I think that's what Smasher did as well. I think Big Abdullah is doing exactly the same thing, unless he's disconnected.
Abdullah's not in the lobby.
Oh, he's got a big red X next to his name. Okay. So yes.
Both himself and Crescito are not in this lobby.
Yeah, I see an X on Crescito's name too. So yeah, and well, I think you should be able to tell me when the safety car comes in because I won't be able to tell unless it pops up. Because yeah, I didn't know the safety car was in until the boards because it didn't come up with the safety car.
You should be able to tell if you go on board with the leader. If you go on board with the leader and then you watch the lights at the top. It's how obviously they do it in real life. If it doesn't come up at the bottom, go on board with the leader and see if the safety car lights are out, or if the field is backing up.
Alright, okay, cool. And I think, according to prediction in the chat, I'm expecting a lot more safety cars, I would say.
Well, safety car is in. It's just popped up on my screen.
Oh, and it didn't. And the safety car is pulling away. So yeah, that's the 3rd glitch today from Codemasters that Cody decided to do, but we're not going to complain too much. We want to give you a stream
yes, we are.
To remember. So here we go then. Brown is going to lead the field away. He's going to be going on those hards pretty much near to the end of the race. So if he gets another safety car after this one, he's messed up. Well, to be honest, he's his strategy's probably messed up. But at the moment, he's in a good strategy point, as well as JKB and Smasher, and Clenzo. But let's see how they manage their tyres when they go to the start-finish straight then. So here we go then. We're about to start again in Singapore. Brown leads the way. He's had a good restart. So was JKB and Smasher. I think everyone seems to be. Quite a few people have gone off the racing line for a little bit. Maybe a little bit of track extending there as well. A few cars getting past the AI car, Big Abdullah. Rosie is, I think, not in this lobby either because he's ghosted. Felipe goes past as well. I think the battles at the moment are mainly just people getting past AI cars. So hopefully we'll see some battles soon. I'll keep an eye on Lut actually as he closes into Clenzo. I would assume with Clenzo being on much older tyres compared to Lut's fresher hards, I'm assuming Lut's potentially going to get past Clenzo very, very soon. Maybe in the next few laps.
Yeah, certainly so, as my TV just decided it wanted to change channel, which is really useful.
So we both had
well, we're having a lot of technical fun today. But yeah, so one thing to know immediately is obviously watching this whole Lot situation right now is he can afford to not take any risks with Clenzo.
Yeah.
End of the day, Clenzo isn't going to be running that far for us. Think about, what would you say, like 20-ish? 2019, we'll see guys on the hard tyres coming in for a set of mediums. So realistically, Brown, who is of course on the medium component tyres, even though it showed up on the softs, he'll only be coming in around like 10, 11. So for him, he's got 4 laps to try and push and extend his margin. He isn't going to be able to pull that much over his teammate. I will keep an eye on the gap, but I doubt it'll be more than, 8 or 9 seconds when he comes into the pit lane. I'll be amazed.
Yeah, the pit lane loss around here is 25 seconds. So it's quite long compared to some other tracks. As Flying Rosie is now down into 17th due to him being disconnected. So technically we lost 3 drivers at the moment. So my prediction of how many retirements we could get in this race probably is not going too well. I probably underestimated in my prediction, so I do apologise. So we head towards lap 8 now of this race with Brown stretching out his gap a little bit more to JKB, and it is to be expected because between the mediums and the hards is around about 1.2 seconds delta difference, which is quite a lot around this track. So that's probably why Brown has found some pace on JKB all of a sudden as well. But we know that JKB is going to be a lot faster when he goes onto the mediums later on in the race. Same, because Brown will be on the hards for his final stint. JKB and Smasher and Clenzo will be on the mediums. Has got to go fast, has had a bit of an off, I think.
Yes. Went deep at the hairpin. Nothing major for him, but still quite costed down in 15th place.
Especially on those tyres. Even if you're on the hards, they can still overheat quite quickly anyway, due to the hot temperatures that these guys are enduring. I think they could feel a lot more G-force here around Singapore than any other track, because it's just so. It's a counterclockwise track. I think there's one of few counterclockwise tracks around this circuit. So I can understand why people would find it tricky in the best of times and find it hard. So towards the end, expect these drivers to find it a little bit more difficult. I think Luck could get Clenzo in this DRS straight. We'll have to find out. DRS open, using a lot less battery than Clenzo is, but he's not getting past now. Nice that Lut is wearing, quite a few people are running red in their helmets, which is quite a nice touch. I believe it's for the passing of Sir Tom Moore on Tuesday. I don't think it is, but if it is due to that, then fair play to the respect for that. But I think, because obviously...
Here's the thing, is that I can't see that because I'm colourblind.
Oh, right. There we go.
So, for me, it just looks like everybody's running black or grey helmets.
Okay. So, yeah, but I do believe, unless Lut was wearing a black this helmet all the time, but I don't know. if they are running it in respect to that, then huge respect to them. But we'll see.
Be back again.
And I think, obviously with DRS enabled now, that has been saving the last few laps on fuel. ERS ready to get this moment, ready to get this overtake. And again, he's not using his overtake. He's becoming so patient on his tyre management. He wants to get those hards for as long as he can. He does not want to pit again. As unfortunately, Jakey B has left the session. He is disconnected. I don't think the ones who are disconnected can join back, you know, as Lut gets the move done. Very, very nicely indeed. So Lut is that up into third. And there's quite a few cars that are getting past, I think, Jakey B's AI car now. So that is sad, but hopefully someone can invite Jakey B's in session. As Placky also gets past as well. So we'll look at the positions gained as well. The Smashers gained, well, the ones that outside the top four that haven't pitted, they've dropped down a few positions, but we'll probably go through them again later on, because that is when everyone would have pitted as well. Gods Go Fast has not had the best of races. He started 10th and has dropped down all the way to 18th. He's pitted again, I believe. He's made 2 stops, I believe, as well. Yes, he's made 2 stops. Placky has also made 2 stops as well. And according to the chat, Jakey has binned it, and that's why he's rage quit. Okay, so he's probably had enough. But I thought he would have just retired in the pit lane, but I guess he couldn't get his car back into the pit lane. And we got on potential battle with Felipe and Clenzo. That was almost a moment heading into, I'm trying to remember what turn number it is, if I get the map up on my screen. There we go. As we head towards turn 9 and 10 now. So that was, I think, between turn 8 and 9. And got to go fast now out of the race, and he's probably retired in the pits. And Jakey B's AI car has also come out of the pits too. So is Got to Go Fast. Actually, no, Got to Go Fast was on the in the racing point. So there we go. So it's going to be a long race, but I know these drivers are going to be probably forgetting what happened earlier on, and they got to focus on what is basically going to be their tyre choices for the rest of the race. And if they don't make them last that long, they're going to be in trouble. So Brown's gone into the pits. Is it for damage, or is he going onto the hard? He is onto the hard, and that is when the expected time is for the medium guys to pit. So Brown's going to come out lower down at the moment compared to his rivals. And we'll see if he climbs up a way through. So Brown down in 14th now. And Felipe and Clenzo battling once again. And you can see this the Delta is favouring Felipe at the moment as he makes a fantastic move into the hairpin. And into the left apex he comes. And I'm sure Clenzo's going to fight back. So obviously he had a very shocking result last week. And he wants to forget about what's happened as well. And according to Got to Go Fast, his pedal is messed up. So I'm not sure what pedal it was, that Got to Go Fast pedal was.
Oh.
It might be his brake pedal. I'm almost certain it's his brake pedal, because otherwise he wouldn't have gone into the wall like that. So, yeah. But he's the right thing to retire the car. So, yeah.
I am so sorry for disappearing.
No problem. I found stuff to talk about, so it was all good. And we saw Felipe move up into third and Got to Go Fast and retired. That's all that's pretty much happened so far in this race so far. And Brown obviously pitting onto the hards now, and I think it shows the right tyre for him now. It does.
Yes.
And he does get...
The only person who isn't showing the right tyres right now is Smasher. It's the only person.
Smasher and Clenzo are the only ones that...
And Clenzo, yes.
Tyres. So there we go. So, if you think, wow, these people on 12 laps soft, how are they doing that? They're on hards.
No.
And Sam gets past Clenzo, the one that was leading the race at one point before the pit stops. Felipe and Luck both got past them. I think Luck must have got past them before the pit stops anyway, into the safety car period. So my prediction on who I think is going to win is not that far off at the moment. Obviously Smasher needs to pit. Luck, I don't think.
Yeah.
And and I'm just looking at the tyre information. They were on 3 laps in the safety car. Hards last 28 laps on normal race conditions. Those hards, I think, can just about make it.
Yeah, I think they should be alright. I doubt there'll be much of a problem with them. It'll be tight, don't get me wrong, but it's not exactly going to be terrible. Where did Jake go? Did he...
He disconnected his, I think he rage quit. I think he binned it or something.
Right.
And he's had enough.
Makes sense.
So, he's...
Brown's coming to the back now with Rozzy for 13. Now, Brown, of course, on this little recovery drive, a long way behind his teammate, 18.8 seconds at the moment. This is the second race in a row now, though, for Brown, whereby he's been screwed over by strategy. By stuff happening in the race. It's like...
He should have, I think...
When is this man going to get any luck?
I think what he should have done was he should have done what everyone else was doing. He should have gone on the hards, he would have been fine. The hards would have got to the end. He started on the mediums. He should have gone to the hards when everyone else did. He did not, and he's paying the price. Exactly.
I mean, his teammate right now is actually gaining on Smasher. Not very quickly, but he is. He took I think 2.5 tenths of him last lap, did Lot. So maybe Smasher's hards are starting to wear out on their own. Lot is looking fairly quick. Got 2.1 second gap to Felipe, and himself's got 2 seconds back to Sam. I think at the moment it's just more when you can get by Clenzo, who seems to just be a rolling roadblock at the moment as Sparks gets up to the back of him, doesn't bother making a move or anything like that, but he's right there. Shout out to Jam Pancakes having a very, very good drive. As Perondi there nearly drives straight up his rear end, and his tyres on Perondi, they're starting to show graining actually at the rear as Brown and Rozzy going at it now. Rozzy tries to force him out onto the curb. Brown gets a good exit. It's not going to be enough, though, I do not think. Brown looks to the outside now. The Ferrari down for a switchback, maybe. No, not enough. Rozzy holds on to 13th place at the moment. Ferrari versus Mercedes at Singapore. Sounds realistic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it reminds me of quite a lot of Singapore Grand Prix where we're seeing a Ferrari up in front, but it's not in front. He's in 13th and Brown's in 14th. So, I think that reminds me of... I'm not going to be... I'm going to try not to take a... I think this reminds me of Bottas and Vettel being the two weak mans of the team, maybe. But Brown is not a weak driver in this league. No, I think he just got screwed over by strategy.
Sparks and Clenzo, side by side, banging wheels into each other. Go the Alfa Romeo and the Renault. Finally, Sparks makes his way through after losing nearly 3 seconds to the back of Sam. Clenzo was fighting that one. He did not want to let Sparks go. And now Jam Pancakes on the back of him.
Wow, Jam Pancakes is getting all of a sudden as well. We could see a DRS train very soon. Who said you cannot overtake in Singapore? Well, these guys are proving that you can. Jam Pancakes then, he's got all the ERS in the world to use. He could be the one who would gain in this situation. He decides to back Alf 4 now and just wait until he finds the perfect moment, probably into turn 1 potentially soon as well. But the more you get held up, the more the likes of Dave Wombus could be in this as well. Octes, Reese, Blackie, it's all the way down from 7th, no, from 6th. No, from 5th, I would say. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's from 5th to 12th position.
Yeah.
That is a big train. This is a truly train and a half.
Yeah, it certainly is. You've got Brown 6.5 back from these guys, but he is lapping faster than the entirety of this train right now. Is Brown. So to be fair to him, he could still get himself a potential of points as I think it was Matthew Reese picked up a penalty there. Yes, it was. 3-second time penalty there for the Alfa Romeo driver.
More time penalties as coming in, folks. I hope that people do not get any more time penalties, because otherwise...
There goes Jam Pancakes.
Jam Pancakes.
On Clenzo.
He's going to go for the move on... right, there, left. He's going to go for the Clenzo. Looked like he was going for the switchback then, but Jam Pancakes saw it coming and it was like, you know what, you're not having that switchback. I'm getting that move done. He's up into 6th. He's on a charge to try and score some decent points. He's not doing too bad in the championships in the near, well, you can see in the graphic that he's been doing well. He had a good result last week. Every result he filled in for as a reserve, he scored points. Obviously, this is his first race as a full-time driver, where he's actually scoring points for the constructors. I think at the start of the game cycle, his pace wasn't there. He was near, I think, the lower half of the grid in the top tier leagues. Now I feel like he's getting used to in conditions at the moment, and he's going back to his old self almost on this game, which I think is a good thing. He's known for winning titles in many leagues, and you know, I think it obviously will be too late for him to win in PSGL, but he'll certainly be a contender, I would say, for many seasons to come. He's dropped a little bit from Sparks though. He's not going to get the move. Peroni goes into the pits. No, Clenzo, sorry, goes into the pits. My bad. Is he going on to the mediums? Yes, he's on. So he started on soft. No, started on hard, sorry, and he's on the medium. So just leaves Smasher now on the wrong side for me, and that will trigger, I think, him going into the pits for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be long till Smasher eventually puts the brake on, finally pulls off into the pit lane. A lot of drivers now falling out of the DRS. Oxtez is the only driver currently, is the highest placed driver in DRS in the guy in front of him. He's got Rhombus just in front of him, with Reese and Plackey just behind them. Plackey, of course, will jump up positions at the moment, because both Oxtez and Reese do have penalties in front. Brown has also got a penalty, but he's still closing all these guys, and I certainly wouldn't rule him out for a top 10 finish.
No, I don't either. I think Octes is the one who, I would say, likes street circuits. A lot of these guys prefer street circuits more than any other, and I did speak to a few drivers, and some of these guys prefer Singapore to the likes of Monaco, Vietnam and Baku. And if you don't like Baku, then tough. That's going to be probably on the calendar next season, in season 28. Woo! As Flying Rosie is in left possession again. So I think the lobby is not going well for him. I wonder if Smash is going to try and make those hards last as long as he can. I think he's going to be in danger of losing so many positions if he tries and does that, because Lut is gaining on Smasher, I think. And Octes is... Dave Wombus is in the pits. I thought Octes was getting a position, but that was due to pits. So I think both of the Renaults are having a similar strategy, except Dave Wombus is going on to the hards, I believe. No, mediums. Oh. Did he start on hards by any chance? I can't remember.
Yes.
Ah, right.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's probably why then.
He was the... I realised quite quickly that he was the other driver with the glitch. I knew there was somebody else, it was him. So, on Smasher, he's burnt a lot of his ERS up these last couple of laps. Seems to be pushing quite a decent amount. I think this is going to be lapping up into the pits. Now, doing maths on top of my head, I think he's going to come out around Placky, Reese, Oxtez area. Now, if he's lucky, he'll get out in front of Oxtez. If he gets that, then who knows where he could really finish in this race. That's the top 8. That's still a respectable place in this race. Realistically, though, I think he's looking to come out probably around Brownish.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to end up there as well, which is going to be tough for Smasher, I think, to score points. But, you know, he's qualified lower down as well. And he's pitted. So there we go.
Yeah.
So he must have followed money, but he was gaining time on luck there. So could have stayed out for a bit longer, but he just want to push it. So he started on hards, not the softs, and he's going on to mediums. And he's going to come out now. Yep, he's going to come out now. And, yeah, he's going to be behind Brown because they're all coming to the start finish straight now. Smasher. It's going to be... Yeah, Brown's way ahead of Smasher right now. So, yes, Smasher is in 11th, one place off the points, but not that far behind Brown, actually, 3.5. So, points could still be in their grasp, and penalty-wise, Brown's on 3 seconds. So, if Smasher finds 3 attempts on Brown there, he could be still getting at least 1 point, which is not ideal.
Smasher has 2 warnings to his name. That's it. And I think that's going to be quite vital when some of these more guys up the field start to come into the race. Lot only has 1 warning. Felipe has 2. One of them's first lap, so that's potentially a collision. McCabe Sam is completely clear. Not a single warning to his name in P3. So some of these guys once in front of the field start picking up penalties, then who knows? Maybe McCabe Sam could be in the best position of them all. 5.5 seconds off the leader at the moment. Perondi might be starting to get interested on Jam Pancakes, but I think the most interested guy right now is Matthew Reese with Oxtez. Looks at the inside line there, but unable to make anything of it.
Yeah, it is hard to overtake when your tyres are overheating like that. Now they are starting to get into a nice temperature, and then towards the end, then they're going to be in a bit of trouble as well. And I think, you know, it's just hard to keep the max temperature at this point. If someone is going into the pits, right? I thought someone was going into the pits.
Placky.
Placky.
Damage, perhaps?
No, he was started. He did pit under.
Well, he's done 15 laps on the hards.
Yeah.
So
let's see.
This must be damage.
It
is tyres.
I can't tell because the camera was showing the back of
it's
the car
mediums.
in front. Mediums.
Yeah, so there was no damage. He didn't go. Oh, hello. Brown and Smasher going at it. Matthew Reese just in front. Smasher down the inside. Oh, they'll be in Brown, a little bit of P9. And maybe Smasher's going to go for another one in the process as well. Not quite. I was just going through cameras and just saw Smasher suddenly down the inside of a Mercedes.
Wow.
And in fact, this Red Bull looks very quick. Catches the back of Reese. Gets a brilliant exit. Now, side by side with the Alfa Romeo into turn 10. It's going to be a brave move, and it's a brilliant move there for CRG Smasher. Next up is his teammate Oxtez, who I don't think is going to take much longer to get to. Over the Ellison Bridge, into the turn 12 hairpin. Good little short shift there. Will Oxtez move out of his teammate's way? I wouldn't really be too surprised if he did. Smasher gaining to the inside, and he's already up into P7, and that is a worrying sign for the cars in front.
Yeah, that is. Smasher is on pretty much on the rise at the moment, to be honest. He thought that he wasn't going to catch up that quickly, but his pace is fantastic right now under the lights in Singapore, and he's going to show why he was signed to CRG earlier on today, I would say. So, and he's only 2.8 seconds behind Peroni. You saw how quick he caught up to Brown. He's going to catch up mega quickly, I think, to Peroni at the moment. He's already the penalty. Well, as long as he doesn't get another one, he's probably 6th anyway. And I talked about bad things about him. He probably won't get a point. And suddenly now he's in the midst of getting some good points. So thank me later if he gets a good result, I have to say. But meanwhile at the front, Lutt is leading 1.4 seconds over Felipe. The gap is still pretty stable between those two right now. Sam in 3rd, who could be on for his third podium on the season, his 2nd in a row. So maybe, I think if there was no safety car, Sam would have been in trouble. But because there was a safety car, he was handed the good straw, I would say, in this battle, and he could be on for another solid. Oh, he got P2, I believe, last week after a battle with Smasher. He's going to get P3 if he can keep consistent, because his nearest rivals is 5.6 seconds down the road.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. As Brown sends it down the side there of Matthew Reese, a little bit aggressive from Brown, who's going to carry the speed through. Can he keep down the inside of the Alfa Romeo? Reese tries to stay around the outside. He holds on. Give him credit for that. Credit to Matthew Reese there for holding on against Brown. It kind of came out of left field there. And speaking of left field, well, this one ain't left field, is it? Smasher is all over the back now on Perondi. DRS wide open now for the Red Bull driver. He goes to the inside on the Brazilian. Lay on the brakes, down the inside, and through it goes up into P6.
Very easy move from Smasher. I mean, it's like it reminds me of definitely the likes of Verstappen and Hamilton climbing their way through the field in many races. In real life as well. That's who Smasher reminds me of right now. If Smasher keeps this up, the podium could be in sight for him. He's on the charge now. Next victim, next person of attack is Jam Pancakes, who is looking, well, Jam Pancakes is defending for his life at the moment. He knows that Smasher is going to be quick right now on those tyres. The more that these two more Jam Pancakes can hold each other up, but I think Smasher could get the job done here like he's done with previous moves. Jam Pancakes is very, very tough at the moment. Smasher just can't get past. Heading towards the arch then, well, past the arch. Oh, Smasher could get him here on this back straight. Maybe not, we'll have to wait and see. Nicely done from Smasher. Up into fifth, but I think he's lost time to Sparks now due to him getting caught up with Jam Pancakes' battle. But, I have to say, don't count out Smasher for a podium spot or even the win.
Yeah, it was a good little move there from Smasher to get by Jam Pancakes. No little too surprised that Smasher is already on the back of Sparks. He's lapping very much the fastest guy on track. But I'd like to draw your attention, Jess, back towards the front of the field. Felipe has got himself in DRS of Lot. Now, I'm not sure if something has happened to Lot during this little sequence, but Felipe is in DRS of him. But gotta realistically go back to Smasher and Sparks, because these two are about to go at it. But P4 in this race, a great exit from Smasher. Beeps up the DRS and immediately goes through up into P5. Will Sparks fight it back? No, he will not. Smasher is through up into P4. Now there's 5 seconds to gain as Jam Pancakes now goes at it with Perondi. Forces the Brazilian out, tries to go on the outside. Perondi down the brakes, hits the back of him there. I don't think the AlphaTauri got any damage, but it was certainly very, very close there in the end.
Very, very close, I have to say. Jam Pancakes giving it everything as well as Smasher as well. Probably both are contenders for driver of the day as well. But I know Felipe wants this race win, and he's probably wanting Lut to make a mistake right now. I'd like you to chat how many warnings Lut and Felipe are on right now. If they're on none, then I have to say fair play to them. But meanwhile, Peroni is going for a move again on Jam Pancakes. Very close indeed once again. Peroni is not letting Jam Pancakes get this one, I have to say. Peroni, remember, got pole in Italy a few weeks ago, and he wants to get a much better result than last week in Russia, and he's trying his best to absolutely do that and hold Jam Pancakes up. He's probably going to be impressing Sparks because the gap is sort of increasing to them, so I don't think Peroni's going to catch up to Sparks anytime soon at the moment. But yeah, this could be a very tasty final couple of laps. I was seeing a few skin marks on the track with people going off the circuit. That's how difficult it is around here. We've got Brown on Matthew Reese. It's the same people battling right now for position.
Oh! They made contact there again, Brown and Matthew Reese. And now Clenzo has come up into the equation. I did look into your little request there. Lot is only on one warning. Felipe is on 2. Here comes Clenzo down the inside. He's got a big run. He's going to send it straight in. WR Clenzo down the inside. They bang wheels. Reese is forced out on the curb. And his great spirited drive comes to an end. Clenzo is through up into P10. Oxtails is next up on Brown's hit list. But Clenzo has Brown next up on his list.
Oh my god, it's like the middle of the first half of the race. They slept like they had a nap or something, and now they're suddenly turning it up at another level, these guys. I mean, you know, this is what we like to see, guys. Keep it up. This is what we want to see in Singapore. I mean, they've pretty much been saving their tyres and ERS for this moment. They obviously wanted to keep it together. They didn't want to have much battles at the start of the race. They just wanted to, you know, be lucky or something like that, but we shall see. But, you know, Smasher once again is closing up on Sam, 1.3 seconds. Let's just put it into context. Gap to leader, 6.8 seconds. That is the gap between Lut and Smasher at the moment, so it's going to be
plausible.
Tough. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be impossible, but it's going to be, I think, hard for Smash because there's not long to go left of this race. We do know the mediums are going to overheat massively very, very soon. So, yeah, Smasher could be in danger in the next few laps. It could be that the hards start to be the faster tyre, but don't forget there is a crossover point. But we shall see. Smasher is found a few attempts on Sam. The two Sams fighting again. It's like Russia from last week. You know, this is great. I mean,
well, we've got another move here. Colenso gets himself up into P8 past Oxtez. Now with Brown circling like a vulture behind. But I think the main people to watch out for right now is Smasher and Sam. Last week, these two had an absolute ding-dong on the last lap in Russia. I don't think it's going to be fairly one-sided here today. Well, like the Battle of Manchester on Saturday, really. Let's see if Smasher can put 9 past Sam.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. I mean, they were fighting so hard in Russia. Went down to the final corner. And to be honest, I have to say, there was some questionable moments, but they did. It was fair. I've got to say, hard but fair racing. And I wonder if they're going to do exactly the same today. DRS open. Smasher is running out of DRS. Sam, he's got 17. So Sam needs to save a little bit more. No, Smasher needs to save a little bit more than Sam, I have to say as well. But this is going to be dangerous for Smasher if he can't get past soon enough. But DRS open once again. This could be his best chance. Sam needs to know what Smasher can do. Oh, very tight line for both of them. They leave each other's space. And Smasher's got the move. Easy there. Up into P3. Podium spot. Gap now between Felipe. Oh, is Sam coming back? It looked like Sam was coming back there, but he wasn't. But now Smasher's next chance is Felipe. And he's already gained a 10th in that corner there on Felipe. So it's not impossible. But it's going to be tough, I have to say. So we could see at some point a three-way fight for the win.
If Smasher pulls this off, then I tell you what, he 100% deserves that CRG seat.
Definitely.
He's been doing brilliant so far today. It's been a fantastic recovery drive. He's already got the gap down to 3.3 seconds here. With 5 laps, well, roughly 4 laps to go. Actually, no, it is 5. To go here, I think Smart Money might actually be on Smasher.
Yeah,
seems to have the pace. He has a lot more ERS, so good amount to defend with. Felipe has more than Lot, but it's not by very much. It's 33 to 19 to 9. But Smasher's just on a 37.5. He's only 2 tenths off his personal best. On the previous lap, race leader CRG Lot did a 1:39.6. Smasher is 2.1 seconds faster than Lot right now.
I'm a bit worried though that Smasher may be pushing too soon with those medium tyres. The mediums, they do last 16 laps, but if you push for a lot of your medium stint, that's where it could overheat so much. So Smasher could do it, but you know, as long as he does a bit of saving in just some of the corners, he should be fine. But he's already catching up to Felipe. You can see in the same camera shot on TV Pod. This is what we like to see from the Red Bull driver, and definitely a championship. Well, he's a championship contender for most of the season, but due to the last couple of races, he's definitely a championship contender already. And I'm almost certain if Brown will only score a few points, Smasher would overtake Brown the championship. If Smasher finishes where he is, he will get P2 in the standings after tonight. So that is amazing stuff.
Well, we'll have to see. It's looking competitive, and it's certainly going to be a close finish. About to go on to lap 28. 4 laps to go in Singapore. Lot lead 6/10 to Felipe, and now only 9/10 back to Smash. All three of these guys will soon be able to be DRS of each other. I thought it was a slow car just from there. It's just a bit of a thing emerging in the background. Look, Felipe, Smasher, 3 of the fastest guys this console really has ever seen. And well, will it be? Is it the time of Smasher? Is Brazil about to go have a samba? Or can Keaton pull off what seems to be the impossible? We'll find out.
Well, to be honest, whoever wins this race deserves it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Lutz is holding both of the fast drivers as well as Smashers on the softest tyres and newer tyres. I think Sam could get past Felipe, but getting past Lutz could be a challenge. I think getting past both of them could be a challenge.
Oh, he's hit him! And Lutz goes round! Felipe is round! There was a small amount of contact. It was a little bump. Now, I don't think Smasher picked up any damage from that. I think he walked away unscathed, but a little bump to Felipe, the old bump and run, to use some NASCAR terminology. Felipe falls to P4, and that may be extremely controversial later on in this day. When stewards have a look at that, there's going to be a very angry Brazilian, probably backed up by a lot of angry Brazilians. I was about to say Brazil could have a samba. They're gonna be having a national holiday at this rate.
And due to that battle, that incident, Lutz found what is now increased the gap to 1.3 seconds. So I think the battle for the win is turned back into Lutz's favour right now. As Reese has spun. Yeah, that is where I think a lot of people spin there, so it's not a surprise. And he's already almost. He's not in a battle at the moment, but I'm just going to get the gap to Interval again. But we've got Placky and Days Wombus fighting with Octet for the final point now. So we got a battle for the win and battle for the point as both of these drivers tap wheels again. As Days Wombus going to try for a daring move there into turn 3. Can he quite make it this time? It's going to be 3 wide, heading towards turn 4 and 5. And looks like Days Wombus has got Octes there and up into 10th position. So this battle can go on for pretty much all the race. Octes has a DRS. He has no ERS, so he's in trouble. And because of that, he stays behind Days Wombus. And I think Placky's on a similar position with little to no ERS. Smash has caught the back of Lut. That is crucial.
Well, we're just about to go then. On to 2 laps to go. Smasher is on the back of Lot. Oh boy.
Game on.
It truly is here. Lot getting a little bit loose. Smasher certainly is in that point now where he can be considered as the favourite. Literally have to use 5th gear to make sure the rear ends don't spin up. Final couple of corners then. We head on to lap 30, the penultimate and last lap here in Singapore. Lot versus Smasher. CRG's old versus CRG's new. Not insinuating that Lot's old, he's just been with the team nearly 2 years.
Yeah, that's what Ben meant there. The one who's been there for one of the longest time and versus the one that's been there for pretty much hours, I have to say. This is great to see this battle, I think, as well. I wonder what Smasher will do with this situation. Will they keep this balance up, or will Smasher go for the win? I think Smasher will go for the win here. But,
you definitely have to.
But if they make contact, then they're going to have some words in the CRG chat later. I can tell you that. So let's hope that does not happen. Let's hope they can keep it clean, lads. And then they will have a huge respect, I've got to say. And I think Smasher could learn a lot from Lut in this final lap, I've got to say. Lut, who didn't get a podium last week, Smasher with a bit of a slide there. This may have costed him a chance of winning. Lut's gained a bit more time there, heading towards, I would say, the wall of death, as it hasn't caught out many drivers this time, which is great to see. As they head towards sector 3 now. This is the most important sector of Smash's race. Lutz just got to defend and he'll get the win. I think it's too little too late. If Smasher did not have that contact with Felipe, Smasher could have won this. It could be a photo finish, but no, I think Lutz had better straight line speed. So I think Lutz going to come across the line and Lutz going to win in Singapore.
It's final lap, Jess.
Sorry. Oh my god. This is not...
It's alright. Lot versus Smasher. Final couple of corners now. Into turn 6. Smasher gets a good exit. Can he perform the impossible? Lot goes immediately onto the right side of the circuit. Smasher is gaining. He hasn't got enough ERS though to be able to pull anything off. Neither driver has any DRS. It's all just power now. Lot, Smasher builds against around. Gets around turn 8 decently. He's on the back of the Mercedes. I'm looking at that rear tyres. They are absolutely finished. Slow car just in front. I believe it's an AI. I believe it is Flying Rose's AI. That's quite a scary AI, frankly.
It is.
Lutz still able to just control the gap. If Smasher can nail the hairpin, though, maybe there's a chance for the better exit. He could perform it. Lutz gets a great exit, though. Smasher has not done enough. He wheel spins nearly into the barrier. I think Lutz has done enough then. DRS open. Smasher doesn't bother sending it. The gap is fine. COG Lutz enters into the final sector. Can he do it?
That is the question I have to say from the Red Bull driver. And this is definitely the final lap this time. It's probably just my eyes playing havoc with me at this stage as well. The first time I did it was in one of the other longest tracks of the calendar, Belgium. So it's to be expected, I have to say. That's how it's been so long. But Smasher could do it. He could do it. Final corner, photo finish maybe. No! Luck wins by 1/10 by a whisker. Sam gets his third podium of the season. Smasher second. Felipe in 4th, but it could have been 3rd for him. I wonder what the stewards will make of that. Sparks in 5th. Peroni drops down, so does Sparks, because Jam Pancake's got no penalties. So Jam Pancake gets an impressive 5th on his full-time debut. And Brown gets 2 points. Dave Rombus gets the final point. And once again, Octes does not score any points, which for the Constructors battle does not help Red Bull. And drive the day in game is Smasher. I have to say he's one of our contenders to drive the day, so I have to agree with the game there. But that was a very intense final couple of laps. But I've got to say, Smasher did us proud there.
Yeah, a very, very good race there from Smasher. Same with Lut as well. A very good little bout between those two there at the end. The 10th was the difference at the line. Apparently, Rossi took fast lap on a 32.4. Somehow, I don't believe that. In actuality, the fastest lap should go to Clenzo on a 0.78. For Renault, which I believe.
Rosie, 132. Nah.
I'm pretty sure the actual fastest lap is Clenzo. And also, I believe that is Renault's first point of the season here, with Clenzo and Roberts both inside the top 10.
I will have a look. Constructors. Renault had 8 points this season, so they will be on... obviously, because now he's got 3 plus 1 fastest lap, so 4 points.
There you go.
So that'll be 12 points. So they'll still be last in the championship. But anyway, let's go through your results. Lot from Smasher, from Sam, from Felipe, Jam Pancake, Sparks, Peroni, Clenzo, Brown, Dave Rombus rounds up your top 10. Then we got Placky, Octes, Matthew Reese, Flying Rosie, Big Abdullah, and then your retirements are Jakey B, Crescito, Got to Go Fast, and Dominic's. Obviously Jakey B and Crescito have both disconnected. I think Ryan Rosie probably disconnected as well, but we will see. But we'll find out how these drivers handle next week. Let me check where we are next week. United States next week in Kota. Let's see if we can get people in for interviews. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But after an hour later, after the technical issues, we got there in the end. And we waited for for the second race in a row, we got a good final few laps battle. And the second race in a row, Smasher was involved in them.
Yeah, a very nice little battle in the end between those guys. I'll tell you what, I've had a message from Keaton saying tyres were done. Now, I'm not sure I'll be able to ask him about that in interviews, but they seemed to be absolutely finished. I'm not going to sit here and say they weren't because they just appeared to be like they'd fallen off a cliff. So, good little drive there from him. Smasher drove really well.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think and Smasher, we thought, to be honest, I had doubts over Smasher, and that's probably helped him to not have any bad luck towards the end there. So, Smasher, you can thank me later that I've jinxed you, but in a good way. So there we go. Anyway,
is that really a jinx?
No, because no jinxes. I mean. It's not been our night,
guys. Bro, Jess.
It's not been our night, guys, I have to say. But we'll try and get the top 3-4 interviews. I'm sure that Sam would like to go in. Smasher, sorry. The thing is, Smasher.
Not so sure about Keaton, but would be nice to see Keaton if he jump in.
Nice to see Keaton, yeah, because this was his first win since Monaco, I believe. So.
Oh boy.
So obviously Monaco was the final race for the halfway point. So Luck will extend his championship lead after tonight. So it's going to make him hard. I think it's going to be hard for everyone else to beat, to be honest. But Smasher will take second in the championship, but Luck will still extend his gap. So Smasher wants in for interviews. As long as he goes in the rating room, we can drag him. And Sam is
we can steal him in here.
Yeah, so I think we should go from third to first, I think. So we'll start with McCabe. As we got someone that's not meant to be in the rating room, but there we go. So we'll grab Sam in first, McCabe Sam. We'll go from bottom of the podium to top of the podium, I'll have to say. So there he is. So Sam, can you hear us? All right. There we are. There we go. We can hear you now. So, a second podium in a row, your third podium of the season. Were you expecting that after tonight?
Not really. I was quite underprepared. I mean, I came in not knowing the strategy and put it on pole with a really, really bad lap on the softs, and I was expecting a safety car, and one did come, and then I got held in the pits. I mean, I think I lost 7 seconds, maybe 4 positions in the pits. I wasn't expecting to be anywhere near the front at the start of the race, but I still dropped down, but I kept it clean and managed to bring home a surprise podium.
Yeah, because we thought at the start of the race that we thought you starting on the softs originally wasn't the best option, but when you saw the safety car come, how relieved were you that you were able to go onto those hards?
I thought I was mainly just qualifying the softs anyway for track position. I could have gone, because there was a restart, I could have gone another 4 laps probably. My times wouldn't have been too bad. But it was helpful-ish, but I lost 4 positions in the pits, so it was relief. I was relieved to sit at the start, but after losing the positions, it was quite frustrating.
Yeah, but you were pretty much going all for it up until the final lap as well. You were almost in the battle for the win there as well, but I have to say that will climb you up quite a lot in the driver standings again. You'll probably be near the top half of the standings pretty soon. I think in the top, I would say the top, pretty much in the top 10. Are you confident that you're going to probably climb up the standings even more next week?
Well, yeah, it's promising because that was a pretty poor track for me. I wasn't expecting much at all from it, and managed to grab a podium. So hopefully in one of my back tracks I can deliver some good results too.
Brilliant. So, well done to you for tonight there. And let's bring in our second place man. But this time he was short to take the victory. But it was a great battle. Nonetheless, we were on the edge of our seats. Masha, tell us, how was the final few laps for you?
Yeah, well, obviously the incident with Felipe, it's not what I wanted to happen. I was close to him, but on my screen, I didn't feel any contact. He just, lagged backwards and it's spinning around. Really sorry to him because it's not the way I want to overtake cars. But yeah, then after that, got like a 2-second gap because I had to avoid Felipe's spinning car. So I pushed to try to get back with him. And I did that with a few laps to go, but Luck just had so much more ERS. I was stuck on 10% the whole of the second stint, so I couldn't really do anything, to be honest. So, yeah, I just couldn't get close enough to overtake on those last few laps. The tyres were dying, and Luck managed it well, and obviously I'm not going to send it for a kamikaze dive bomb. There's just no point. So, see where I started, I'll take P2.
Yeah, because you were pretty much outside the top 10. You had free choice of tyres as well, and you were able to go on the hards for pretty much the opening stint, then going on to the mediums as well. Were you worried that your mediums were overheating too much, or did you have your tyres under control in those final moments of the race?
Well, the tyres definitely started to overheat a bit behind Luck just because of how close I was running to him, but it was more tyre wear, to be honest, than tyre temps. Just couldn't get the power down being so close, which fortunately led that I couldn't send the move on him. But yeah, he drove really well. GG to him because he made that strategy work really well. Just, I'm a bit annoyed about the safety car because I feel without the safety car I probably could have won that comfortably, but it is what it is. It's just at P18 and come P2, you can't complain.
Yeah, and I think it shows that the alternate strategy could work in other tiers as well. We'll find out what happens next on Sunday on that one, and Monday too for the top tiers. But that puts you up to second in the championship after tonight there, and even though the gap has increased to Luck over the rest of the drivers, how confident are you? Confident you could still maybe challenge Luck for the first ever Xbox title at PSGL?
So I'm not going to give up, but I feel now the gap's just too big to close down in 4 races. But I'll still push. I'm just aiming for more race wins, to be honest. That's my main focus. Wherever I finish in the championship, that's where I finish. But my main focus is just trying to win as many races as I can right now.
And what about United States of America, where we go to next week? Is that a track that you need to work a little bit harder on?
So that's been a really good track for me. I had 2 league races around there last week, and I got 2 podiums in them both. So I'm looking forward to that one. Hopefully I can challenge for a win, and hopefully I can qualify a bit further forward than I did this week there.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll probably see another sensational battles from you, Sam, like we did the last 2 races, because you seem to be the dominant force in that. So good job on second place there, and best of luck for next week.
Cheers.
Right, and that wraps up the pretty much the stream for tonight there for the Singapore Grand Prix. We managed to get a race in the end, and any final thoughts, Ben, before we wrap up tonight? And looks like Ben's headset's gone, and I'm glad that it didn't go towards the middle of the race. And I might as well wrap up the stream unless Ben goes on it. There we go. Any final thoughts, Ben, before we wrap up?
Yeah, Discord's bloody annoying.
There's your final thoughts. There we go.
No, in all seriousness, though, a great overall race from there. Keaton sent me a message saying he wasn't enjoying just because he's too tired. Obviously, he's 2 hours in front of us, so credit to him. A brilliant drive from him. Smashed it with another fantastic drive, proving that definitely he's worth what he's worth at CRG drive. And that's it. That's it for myself. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you next week.
Yep, see you next week. Same time, same place for the United States Grand Prix. Hopefully we won't have any lobby issues this time, or any Xbox issues, or anything like that, or any headset breakages, or anything like that. We will be be better next week. So, for myself and Ben, have a good evening, everybody, and well done to Luck for his sensational win there. And is anyone going to stop him next week in the United States? Well, we'll find out very soon. Thank you for watching, and good night.